Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to another edition of Central Intelligence, the weekly show of the Central Division of the North American Hockey League. I'm Austin Trouty, Director of Media and play-by-play voice of the North Iowa Bulls, and your host this week on Central Intelligence. We've got a lot to get to on this week's show, including a tightening race at the top of the division standings. Things are also heating up in the middle of the division ladder as we reach the end of the first month of Central Division play. It was a quieter weekend than most in the Central Division last week, with two teams off on the schedule. Let's take a look at how things went, starting with Friday. The Austin Bruins picked up a 4-3 win over the Bismarck Bobcats, with Carson Riddle scoring the eventual game winner with 1:45 to go. The Central Division Star of the Week, Matisse Broussard, picked up a goal and an assist in the win for the Bruins. North Iowa also won a one-goal game over the Minot Minotauros 3-2. Logan Dombrowski picking up a goal and an assist to highlight the night for the Bulls, along with a couple of goals from Byron Hartley and Justin Mexico, just 35 seconds apart in the first period. On Saturday night, Alex Trombley and Sutter Mazzotti highlighted the night with a goal and an assist apiece as the Austin Bruins rolled to a 5-1 win. Minot picked up 3 goals in the opening 4.5 minutes to win 6-1 at North Iowa. Colby Joseph had 3 assists in the game. Houston Cartman highlighted the night with a couple of goals for the Victors, and Zach Sandy earned his first win of the year for the Minotauros. Here are the latest standings in the Central Division, and things are tied at the top, with Austin and North Iowa tied at 17 points, though the Bruins do have that one game in hand. 3, 4, and 5 are just 1 point apart between St. Cloud, Aberdeen, and Minot, but the Norsemen have as many as 5 games in hand on the other teams in the division. It's time to hear from all of our teams around the Central Division, and we'll start right at the top of the map with the Minot Minotauros.
I'm here with Toros forward Ike Keller, and Ike, Toros have gotten some pretty good play, not the results they were looking for, but what are your thoughts on the season so far?
Yeah, like you said, kind of came out with a rough start, but I think this past weekend we played really good, and it's going to be kind of like our coming out party, and just going to keep rolling from there.
You know, this weekend we have our annual trunk or treat game on Saturday. The Minotauros Booster Club will have all their cars out in the parking lot. What is your favorite Halloween costume that you've ever worn?
Probably Elmo. I was Elmo when I was really little.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's a good costume.
Going with the Halloween theme still, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Anything with chocolate, really. I don't really have a preference, but yeah, anything with chocolate.
Favorite Halloween movie?
Hubie Halloween. Hubie's Halloween. It's new, but yeah.
There you go, fans. Back to you, Austin.
Let's head down Highway 83 now and head to the VFW Sports Center with the Bismarck Bobcats. Here's Corey.
All right, here in Bismarck, Bobcats getting ready for St. Cloud at home Friday and Saturday. Jake McLean with us, Bobcat forward from North Vancouver, British Columbia. You had a 7-game point streak, longest on the Bobcat team so far this year, ended though on Saturday. At what point did you know that streak was going on?
Yeah, I was aware of it the first couple games, but I really actually got told about the point streak about 5 games in, and then had it for, I think, 7, and then, lost the last game, but hopefully start a new one this weekend.
What's allowed you to be so consistent?
I think just keeping my game simple. I mean, playing with a bunch of different line combinations, you kind of have to make sure you're playing your game and being confident in your game, and letting it come to you, and don't change your game based on your opponent.
What was it like being elevated to first-line forward on Saturday?
Yeah, it's good. I think with the year we've had, we've kind of jumbled our lines quite a bit, so it's been good. I think I've played with some good players throughout this point streak, and I'm excited to get back at it this weekend.
What's the most Canadian thing about you?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the most typical Canadian. I think we got a couple other guys that are more than that. I like maple syrup a lot, I guess, but I mean, I think that's probably the most Canadian thing about me.
So you're saying that gangs in Newmeyer are more Canadian than you?
Probably small town kids, probably a little bit more Canadian than the city kid for sure.
Yeah, well, you did say the Canucks will win the Stanley Cup when I asked you yesterday. Do you want to defend yourself?
Oh yeah. I think made some good additions this year. Get Pettersson back healthy, re-signed Hughes. I think they're going all the way.
But they beat my Flyers opening night, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. So not a bad start, but could be better, and they'll rally.
All right, Jake McLean, thanks so much.
All right, thanks, Corey.
All right, Austin, back to you.
Thanks, Corey. That's your look at Bismarck for this week. Now let's head down to wrap up our run through the Dakotas with Jay Kleinknecht and the Aberdeen Wings.
Thanks, Austin. Now time for the Aberdeen Wings portion of Central Intelligence. Now I've got a player joining me, Patrick O'Connell of Westchester, Pennsylvania. Appreciate you coming on Central Intelligence and kind of letting people around the league get a look at inside the locker room and into you guys' under the visor, so to speak. So thanks so much.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Well, you come from a densely populated area. Westchester, technically about 19,000 people, but it's right around Philadelphia, and you've got a lot of, on the East Coast there, a lot of traffic and a lot of things going on. Had to be a bit of a little bit of culture shock to come here to the flat plains of South Dakota. What were your first impressions?
Everyone here is super nice, and just the fan support is just crazy here, and it's great to be around the area and everything like that. But yeah.
A lot more wide open. It doesn't take you near as long to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, definitely a lot less traffic. Not complaining about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I always want to ask players, how they got started, when they got started. Was there somebody in your life that was an influenced you to start playing hockey, or was it just kind of something that you picked up and decided you wanted to do? Well, how did you get your hockey start?
Just my dad. He played hockey, and then he played all the way up until college, and then I tried putting skates on at like age 3 or 4, and then just started playing like right away from that.
Sure.
So.
I always feel like it's advantageous for someone to have, a sibling or a parent or someone that has gone through through it before, that has played. They have that experience
Definitely.
And understand the game. Because I've talked to some where they just decided at 6 years old their friends were playing and they wanted to, and they had absolutely no. Well, I don't want to say support system because they were certainly supported, but they didn't have anybody with that knowledge to be able to help them. The parents are learning just as quickly as the kid or just trying to get caught up. So I think that's kind of cool when players have a parent or somebody that has played before. So helps you out, you would think. What do you like to do when you're not at the rink? When you're out and about, do you have do you like sports or or maybe a golfer? Golf?
Yeah, I've tried to golf. I mean, I'm not very good getting there, but we also like to play cards with the boys at some of their houses, so hang out with the boys. And
what's the go-to game?
For me, I don't know, I've been playing a lot of blackjack recently, but either that or poker. And then I just enjoy watching sports like football on Sundays and stuff like that. So
who's your team?
I mean, from the Phillies,
Eagles?
So the Eagles, yeah.
Figured.
But I'm more of a Flyers fan.
Yeah.
For hockey, so.
Right on. Right on. All right. Final question. This is kind of a goofy one, but if you were trapped on an island, and since this is make-believe, there can be electricity, so you can watch a movie, but you can only take one movie with you for an entire year. What is the one movie that you're going to be able to watch over and over again without getting sick of?
Either the Hangover series or Happy Gilmore.
I love that.
Preferably the Hangover series, because then you can just 3 and they're like kind of together.
Loophole.
If that's cheating, but.
You found a loophole.
So.
I like the Happy Gilmore though too, because like I said, we were talking. That's a movie that you never get sick of it. No matter when it's on. It's like for me, Shawshank Redemption or some of those shows. Those are the shows I can watch them all the time. All right, we don't have any games to talk about from last week. Wings were off, which was kind of weird this early in the season to be watching the other Central Division teams playing, and we didn't have any action this weekend. But we're back to it against the North Iowa Bulls here at the ODI Center this Friday and Saturday. Just a quick couple of keys. What do you think that you guys have to do to be able to win against the Bulls this weekend?
Just make sure we're staying over top of the puck since they like to transition fast. So as long as we stay good on defense and then transition with speed and get to the net, I think we'll be okay. So
excellent. All right. Well, Patrick, I appreciate you coming on the show once again. Patrick O'Connell from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for helping us out with Central Intelligence.
Yep. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Back to you, Austin.
Thanks, Jay. We'll wrap it around in Minnesota now and head down to Austin, Minnesota to talk with Jared Becker and the Austin Bruins.
Thank you, Austin. I'm here with Matisse Broussard, Bruins forward. As Matisse, you were named the NHL Central Division Star of the Week. I mean, after your performance last week against Bismarck, how's it feel to have that title under your belt?
It feels great. I got to give a shout out to my teammates and my team. Since I've been here, everybody's been great to me. Everybody's been pushing me. It's been great to do it in front of my family and fans here in Riverside Arena. It's super special, and super happy to be named the Central Star of the Week.
4 big points this weekend, propelling you guys back up top here in the Central Division, tied with the North Iowa Bulls. I mean, biggest battle coming up here against the Minot Minotauros this weekend. Always a tough battle, and this time it's up in Minot at the Pepsi rink, so it's going to be loud up there for the Minotauro faithful.
Yeah, we played them this year in our arena, in Riverside Arena. We won the first game and lost the second game. They're a very hard-working team, so we're going to have to work hard and be prepared and be ready to go because they're a hard-working team.
As mentioned, heading up to Minot this weekend to take on the Minotauros up in the Pepsi rink up in Minot as first road trip up there this season as the Bruins look to continue this success and stay on top here in the Central Division. Austin, back to you and Central Intelligence.
Thanks, Jared. We're going to take it back to Mason City real quick before we send things up to St. Cloud to wrap up the interview portion of the show here as we talk with the captain of the North Iowa Bulls, Ryan Coughlin, with us here. North Iowa took a rough loss on Saturday night against the Minot Minotauros. Now it's on the road to Aberdeen coming up on Friday and Saturday. Ryan, how you doing?
Doing well so far. So far, so good. Obviously, a tough Saturday night last weekend, but we're doing well and we're going well right now, and everything's been good.
Another year with the Bulls organization here. You were with Amarillo last year, made the trip up to North Iowa this time around, and now you're serving as the captain of the Bulls team this time. What have you learned along the way to really help you in that new role for you this season?
Yeah, obviously it's my first time being a captain. I think the main thing has been just how close we are as a team and how we're clicking. You know, we're getting along well. We're pretty tight, and I think that really goes a long way on the ice.
You've been able to play mostly with the same line. I know there's been some shuffling at left wing. Carter Rappeljay some nights, Max Scott other nights. You got Michael Messick there at center. Take us through how you've been able to build that chemistry with those guys, being able to play those all those different games with the same group of 3 guys, and how you've been able to click this year.
Yeah, obviously we've had some pretty good chemistry to start the year off. I think it just goes with practice. We've played together pretty much since we got here, and obviously the more you play together, the better you're going to do and be able to find each other on the ice and stuff like that. So I think it's just, getting that chemistry and practice going and bringing it into the games.
All right, Ryan, go get him this weekend. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
And that's my moment on the show with the North Iowa Bulls. Let's head up to St. Cloud now with Ashley Chase and the Norsemen.
Thanks, Austin. Ashley Chase here in St. Cloud, talking with forward Blake Perbix. One of the things I wanted to ask you this week, we're just coming off of an off week, but it's been a good start to the season. What's really been the difference in the vibe like this year compared to last year, just moving in a totally new direction?
Well, obviously it's nice to get off to a winning start, get everyone happy. It's easy to come to the rink after a couple wins, so we're just hoping to keep doing it and having fun.
You've been part of a power play unit that's been really successful so far, coming off a game with a goal and 2 assists for yourself. What's been working for you? What's been working for that group?
I think we're just really clicking well, finding guys. We're all pretty smart players, so it's nice having a bunch of guys who move the puck and find the open guys. So we're hoping to build off it and keep hot.
5-2 at this point in the season. Road trip coming up this weekend against Bismarck, a team we saw here at home back on the home opening weekend. They've started to kind of put things together for themselves, so you might face a little different team than you saw in that opening weekend. What are the things you guys are really working on for this week?
I think we just need to work hard. When we work hard, there's not a lot of teams that can beat us, and if we just compete and keep going, I think the goals will come and we'll have a good weekend.
That's what's coming up this weekend for the Norsemen on the road at Bismarck. Thanks so much, Austin. Back to you.
That's Ashley Chase up in St. Cloud. Ashley, thanks for your segment. It'll be a busy week this weekend as all 6 teams get back to action and all the teams south and east head to the north and west. St. Cloud is at Bismarck this weekend. Austin is at Minot, and the North Iowa Bulls travel up to face the Aberdeen Wings. We leave you now with the top plays from last week in the Central Division. Thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Trouty, and this is Central Intelligence.
James Richards, open ice hit check. When was the last time you saw one of those?
As Newmeyer with the other way, 2-on-1 chance for Bismarck, and what a stop by Goich!
Tough angle try, played off the outside of the post from Cadell, and Keller. Turnaround chance, doesn't get there, diving play across the net, and Garvey swats that one aside too. Shot.
Simon in, backhand puck. Toros lead 2-0. A fantastic start for the Toros, who have 2 goals in a little over 4.5 minutes.
As Newmeyer with the other way, 2-on-1 chance for Bismarck, and what a stop by Goich!
We're getting some early chances and some second chances as well. Minotaurs bring it the other way. It's a sliding save! Diving to his left! Garvey knocks it out of the sky! And a whistle with 16:49 to go in the first period. Have mercy! What a save by Garvey as he throws himself to his left and holds that one in.
Joseph. Cartman gets to Panzer. Back out for Cartman. He scores. Houston Cartman on the power play has made it 4-1.